Good afternoon, and welcome to performance at St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Key West, Florida. And welcome to our 21st week together. The piece I just played was to the hymn tune, O Trinity, O Blessed Light, set by Robert Buckley Farley. He is an associate pastor and director of music at Christ Lutheran Church in Minneapolis. He's a very qualified organist, cantor, and musicologist, and was deeply involved in the recent publication of the Evangelical Lutheran Worship, the new book of worship for the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. This volume contains over 10 different settings of the liturgy and well over 800 hymns. It's found in the LBW number 275, O Trinity, most blessed light, O unity, O sovereign might, as now the fiery sun departs, shed thou thy beams within our hearts. To thee our morning songs of praise, to thee our evening praise we raise. Thee may our glory evermore in lowly reverence adore. All praise to God the Father be, all praise, eternal Son, to thee, whom with the Spirit we adore, forever and forevermore. For this week, I asked all of you to send me some of your favorite hymn tunes that you would like to hear and sing along with, without the bouncing ball, of course. I want to thank my dear friend Sarah Kinninger for doing just that, sending me a list of hymns that she would like to sing along with. In fact, she is doing one better. She is providing you with the verses to sing along with in the chat boxes on the right side of your screen, right here as we stream. You may hear me listing stanzas. We have adjusted so you only sing what's written, but I might still say stanzas number. So thank you, Sarah, and I hope that all of you enjoy them. It's kind of the job of an organist to switch things up from time to time. Add a little bit of music here, not so much there. Give me time in between stanzas, slow this one down a lot, and so on and so forth. Improvising on the fly, if you will. In fact, we do the same thing with the printed music, especially in the hymns. Alternate harmonizations, rhythms, accents, dynamics, etc. We as organists in university are now taught about improvisation. There is also a wealth of resources out there for the organist when it comes to playing the hymns. For the sake of demonstration, I will be using some of these resources, and I will try to let you know when I do. Our first hymn tune, number 688, A Mighty Fortress is Our God. This famous melody and text of Martin Luther's, remember him? He lived from 1483 to 1546. Was harmonized by J.S. Bach as a four-part chorale. We find this chorale in his cantata number 80, Ein feste Burg ist unser Gott. You might want to remember that Bach composed over 200 cantatas for the church, over 150 for the liturgical calendar of the church, and others including wedding cantatas, Christmas cantatas, and such. I will be playing the last stanza from the collection called Last Verses by Noel Rothshorn. We will sing stanzas 1, 3, and 4. Our next hymn is number 537. Christ for the World We Sing. For our next hymn, I will play a setting of it by Paul Mans first. Then please join in singing with me two stanzas of number 67 in the 1982 hymnal, Comfort, Comfort Ye My People. These familiar words from the 40th chapter of the book of Isaiah. might see me dancing here a little bit. It's important to remember all this early music was built on dance and was built on chamber music. So there's all this lilt that's just built into it. It's just charming. Our next song is number 561 in our Lutheran Book of Worship, number 416 in our 1982 hymnal. I prefer the tune Dix, which is found at 288 in our 1982 hymnal. So, For the Beauty of the Earth, 4 stanzas that we will sing. Excuse me, there are 2 stanzas per verse, so it's 2 verses and 4 stanzas of text. That was not For the Beauty of the Earth. I jumped ahead. That was This Is My Father's World, so I apologize. Let's go right back to it. I had the hymnal open up to the wrong thing. This, For the Beauty of the Earth. There are 4 stanzas. Okay, here's where we are. The words to "Come Down, O Love Divine" were written by Bianco da Siena, who lived in Venice from 1367 until 1434 and became a member of the Jesuits following the order of St. Augustine. Hymn number 516. I will play the introduction as set by John Benke. We will sing all stanzas, and the last stanza is harmonized again by Noel Rossshorn. Composed by Ralph Vaughan Williams, this hymn tune is called Down Ampney, a village in the Cotswolds in Gloucestershire, England, Vaughan Williams' birthplace. Let us turn next to 493, Oh, for a Thousand Tongues to Sing. The text written by Charles Wesley. Remember him? One of the early leaders of the Methodist movement from the 18th century. He composed well over 6,500 poems, most which has been set to hymns as well. We will sing these 4 stanzas. Oh, for a Thousand Tongues. Number 594, God of Grace and God of Glory, is just one of those hymn tunes that always gets the spirit glowing. Born in Buffalo, New York, Harry Emerson Fosdick was a Baptist minister. He was outspoken against racism and injustice and had wide recognition for his sermons. He had a deep belief in social justice and regarded Martin Luther King as the greatest preacher of this century. Let us sing his words, the first 2 stanzas, number 594, God of Grace and God of Glory. We're going to jump back to what I had jumped forward to. This is my Father's world. Let's do another verse of it, just in case we didn't have that text with us. This is my Father's world. Before we do this, I would first like to play a setting of this by Dale Wood. Laudes Domini, or the Praises of Our Lord, is the hymn tune name for our last hymn today. Of course, we know it as When Morning Gilds the Skies. These words of German origin probably date back to the 1750s, perhaps as late as 1800. The words that we now know and sing today were translated by Edward Caswall in 1854. He was born in Hampshire, England, studied in Oxford, and was a well-known author of poetry and prose. Hymn number 427. We will sing these 3 stanzas. And sing out. I would like to hear you sing. I will play the introduction, harmonization, the last hymn. Let's say this again. The last stanza will be arranged by Jerry Hancock. I would like to take this time to thank Sarah Kinninger. I'm sure she's in the background right there, feeding you all the text for today, and thank her for her help and her involvement. It is people like her that completely makes my life easier and more blessed. Thank you, Sarah. Well, another week has gone by, and there's something out there brewing coming our way. Stay safe. I hope that you had a good time together today. It is so meaningful to me, I couldn't do it without you each week. I would like you to consider what you want me to play next week. What moves you? I hope that you would spend a few minutes and then send me a quick email to tim@stpaulskeywest.org. I would like to hear from you. I'll offer you one more opportunity to consider giving a gift to the Organ Fund. It's with people's gifts like yours that has allowed us to keep this instrument well-tuned, well-oiled, and still in its growth period. So please consider that. Send a check, and in the memo, organ fund, to St. Paul's Episcopal Church, 401 Duval Street, Key West, Florida, 33040. I would love to hear from each of you through the week. And again, until next week, Soli Deo Gloria.